good on them. Good to see.
I like the USA chant. Let's hear boundary side.
Injury update for Blackburn. James McFarlane will not take part in this game, and all suspected ACL.
Yeah, so bad news there. BWS, the second half looks like it'll be a ripper.
And I cannot wait for Peter Frosty Bear to take us away with that one as well.
Up the ball goes in the middle of the ground. This time it's Patterson goes up against Tumanello. Ball falls free though, and this time it's David Bell sends Montrose forward looking for Jack Garthwaite, unable to take the mark on the chest. Ball bounces clear to the Blackburn player who rebounds forward 50. Hits his target there in Harkins. Harkins goes back looking to where he's going to send this one now. Sends it to about 40 metres out from goal, looking for his man in Jake Hammond though, unable to take the mark. Ball bounces into the path of Waters though, who taps the ball towards the boundary line and is skilled over the line there by Xavier Murphy from Blackburn. About 5 metres around from the point post here in the Blackburn forward line. Ball's going to come back into play as players set themselves for the ruck contest. Haining will go up here against Baffy. Haining gets a tap down. Quick kick back, sends the rebound forward 50, but only into the arms of the opposing ruckman there in Big Tumanello. Tumanello takes the mark, sends the ball back deep inside the Blackburn forward 50, looking to take a mark. Haining spoils the Packers. Conker pounces on the ball, slips the ball onto the boot though. Quick snap there from Luke Conker.
Might have been touched.
Umpire and field umpire consult here.
I reckon it was.
Bit of discussion here.
Goal.
But it is a goal to Luke Conker. Luke Conker puts a little bit of breathing space on the board now for Blackburn. Blackburn go out to 7-11-53. Montrose 6-2-38. Damien Watson.
Yeah, certainly an important goal in the context of this game. And now, as you said, they have a buffer, the Burners, but that was great improvisation there from Conker. Very opportunistic.
It was, and just the start that Blackburn would have needed or wanted, and just the start that Montrose didn't want for this third quarter.
Love the front and centre goals. It's where you want your small forwards to be, at the top of the goal square.
Reminds me of Phil Matera, Conker, in a way.
Try to throw the ball back up now.
Damo reminiscing again about the old days.
The glory days of the 90s as it goes up into the half-forward line. Little got a little handball out wide, and now he's fielding, goes backwards to go forwards. Bell on the right boot, squeezed something out of nothing, but he pushed it to the right-hand side and through for one behind. That's their third on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Montrose. They moved to 6-3-39. 14 points in arrears of Blackburn, who are 7-11-53. Ball back into play. Mark's been taken by Parker. The short passes on, that was risky business, but McIntyre was up to the challenge, and Billy Schilling wanted his neck and wanted his head and gave away a free kick in the meantime. So McIntyre cross centre half back now for the Burners, squeezed to kick into the middle of the ground. It was a spearing pass, and Jake Hammond was up to the task on the left boot, sends the ball forward now. It went deep inside forward 50, little handball away, that was okay. Here's Conton, spotted a player out wide, bouncing football, Ken Harkins, he kept it in, that was quite clever, but the D's do have the numbers as the kick goes out wide, nicely trapped there by Thorpe. What can he do? Squeeze the kick in, it hasn't gone the required distance. McDonald has to keep it across to Taberner, who was flat-footed in the end, but he did have some support. Montrose are going to get out of danger here, and they've got the loose man if they can continue on with it. Nicely done there by Bessio, goes out wide, and now the D's can go forward. Bouncing football up towards the half-forward line. They just need to keep this ball alive. Little look-away handball over the top by Garthwaite. He'll look for it to go after it again. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Garthwaite did really well, but so too did Hammond going after it, and plenty of players around this football. Parker probably caught one too high, then the Blackburn fans screaming for that. Little received the handball. They're going backwards, they're trying to switch the play. Taberner's there inside the square, he's wrapped up by Hammond. Good pressure, Danaher linked up well. Here's Harkins. Harkins from 50, he can make it pay. Fantastic goal, good pressure by Blackburn. They are a class act and they hit the scoreboard too. 8 goals on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard now, 8-11-59, a 20-point lead they have, and they prevailed there. It was pretty tough football from both sides, guys.
Yeah, not for the first time today, Blackburn putting on that enormous pressure, and Montrose just wilting. They turned the ball over, and I reckon he's been pretty fair today, Harkins. I think he's played very well, and he took the opportunity.
Fickle bounce from the Sharon there too, where Little got the hand pass over to Taberner, bounced the wrong way, fell into the Blackburn arms.
Blackburn extend their lead out now to 20 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard as the umpire comes back in the centre of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Up the ball goes. Patterson gets the tap out, but it's only at the feet of his rover there in in Fraser Pope, who's wrapped up in the tackle, and he's given away a free kick for holding the football. Blackburn quickly take that free kick and send the ball inside their forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Ball falls to the front of the pack for Montrose. Patterson there fighting at ground level. Eventually gets the handball out there to Cooper, who feeds the ball out further. Blackburn really putting some pressure on, but Montrose up to the task here, and eventually Weatherly sees the ball over the boundary line on the far side of Montrose Recreation Reserve at the foothills of the Dandenongs there. The ball will come back into play on the far side of the ground. Boundary umpire now setting himself. Tosses the ball back into play to Ruckman there. Tumanello and Haining go up. Tap down from Haining, but it's only as far as Luke Conquer, who gets the ball onto the boot. Ball falls to the front of the pack. Gardle there turns round, sends Montrose relieve a bit of pressure.
Jeez.
But a free kick's been given away there on the far side of the ground. Jack Garthwaite coming over the top of the contest and taking out the head of the Blackburn player in the process. And that Blackburn player looks like it's Macaulay there, who takes the free kick.
Yeah,
finds his man inside, just inside as he comes back inboard, sends it back out to the far side of the ground there. Garthwaite unable to chop the kick off, but it's a poor kick into the centre of the ground, and Vesio intercepts for now for Montrose. Montrose in the centre of the ground, looking to try and set something up here. Vesio takes off from the mark as Tumanello unable to chase him down as he stands the mark.
Who was that to?
Yeah, that's a shocking kick.
Really poor kick there, unable to find a target though. But a hospital kick there from Blackburn as they try and rebound their defensive 50. Not able to find a target, and Montrose come over the top to force the contest here. That ball's bouncing around now. Now it's Montrose applying some real good pressure on the Blackburn defenders. Eventually a handball comes over the top. Cooper eventually gets the kick, finds Conker in the middle of Montrose Recreation Reserve. Conker turns and wheels really quickly and finds Harkins on the break, but it's shut down there by Montrose. They rebound 50. The kick comes out of the defensive arc there. Eventually finds Gardle. Handball over the top. A very high tackle there on Waters, not rewarded by the umpire. Ball falls into the hands there of Little, who sends the ball forward looking for Patterson, who's unable to mark. Blackburn mop up there, and the handball comes back inboard. The Faulkner dishes it off, kicks back inside 50. A big marking contest there between the two ruckmen, Tumanello and Haining. Eventually looked like it was going to be a ball up, but the ball falls into the hands of McDonald. Dishes it out, finds Fraser Pope. You're too slow to get rid of it though, Fraser, this time. Blackburn will wrap him up and eventually turn the ball over. But it's a quick kick, and it's chopped off by Jackson Weatherall. McDonald
gets it away, and now it's a chance for Montrose to stream themselves forward. Using the far side of Montrose Recreation Reserve, Little came out on a strong lead and took a good mark too. Shilling's asking for it long. Instead he goes towards that pocket, and it was a good kick too. Patterson, well, if the coach asked for it, well, I guess you go to the coach. And he takes the mark deep in the forward pocket for Montrose. It's cross down boundary side to Matt Fodia.
Yeah, number 14 for Montrose, Walters there. He's been turning it on this, Waters, sorry, on the wing there. He's turning on that last 5 minutes, stood up for the Demons there in that little adversity.
Well, Patterson kicks it across the face of goal. It's been touched and over the boundary line. It goes for a boundary throw in. Margin is 20 points out here, 8 minutes into the third term. 98.1 Radio Eastern is streaming live around the globe, EFL.org.au. Our man Brash listening live from New York and enjoying every minute of it with his mile-high sandwich.
Plenty of American viewers today too, which is great.
Jason Lingren there grabbing the ball for Montrose, not having a real big influence on the contest today.
Been very quiet.
High throws it up. There's a lot of players around this football now trying to track, but there was Lingren. He was quickly met by Tyler Faulkner. He wasn't going anywhere, and we'll have another bounce.
Too congested in that forward line for Montrose. They're struggling to find an avenue to goal here.
Every player in the Montrose forward 50 here.
High throws it up, comes out now. Patterson got a little bit of a fresh air shot, trying to barge his way through. There was Quirk, lost it. Conyers in there also. And we'll have a bounce. Take it away, Peter Baird. You're frothing at the bit.
The ball there, it's inside forward 50, about 35 metres out from goal, goes up in the air. This time Patterson gets the big tap clear of the contest, fell into the arms of Waters, who was running towards an open goal but got wrapped up in the tackle. And Blackburn once again can send in numbers upon the Montrose forward 50 players there and wrap them up, and there's no further play, and the umpire will cross himself and say, I'm going to ball it up, fellas, here, give me a bit of room to back out of this contest. As the ball goes up into the air, big tap out, Lindgren unable to take the ball from the contest. quick kick out from Blackburn. Rebounds their defensive 50 here. A good contest out there. Eventually it's grabbed there by Hammond, who's come a long way up from the ground. McIntyre gets it out, but he puts it onto the boot, but sends it into their attacking half of the ground, but no one's at home. And eventually it's Kavanagh who gets a kick out, but it's a really poor kick under no pressure. He sprayed that one off the outside of the boot and sent it out of bounds on the full. Blackburn take the play quickly, and eventually it falls into the hands of Murphy, who runs inside forward 50, but doesn't lower his eyes and kicks it straight into the arms of the waiting Jaden Weatherly. Weatherly looks to the other side of the ground, eventually finds Matt Little, gets the ball onto the boot, finds Vesio. They're in a bit of space now, Montrose. A bit of room to work with, gets the ball out to the far side of the ground. This is Jaden Weatherly out here now, looking to send them into attack, puts the ball onto the boot, finds Patterson, but unable to take the mark, and the ball trickles over the boundary line, about 60 metres out from the Montrose attacking goal.
Well, the Demons really struggled to find an avenue to goal inside their 450. They have to push the players outside the attacking 50 and leave some room for their forwards here.
Rural Bark lead Doncaster East by 27 points deep into the third term.
Get the tissues out, BWS.
Ball comes back into play, but it's no real winner in the ruck contest there, and the ball falls to the feet of the pack. Players from both teams dive upon it. The umpire says, I'm going to throw it up once again. All the players here in 1/4 of the ground, so really hard to get a breakaway from this. Tamanello gets the tap down, but it falls into the arms of Conyers, who wraps up his man there. Fraser Pope demanding a free kick for Montrose, but he's not going to be rewarded with one here. Umpire says, go away, Fraser, I'm going to ball this one up. So the umpire there, right in front of the spectators out there, throws the ball back up into play. Big Tamanello, big tap, it falls into the arms of the Montrose player. He puts the ball onto the boot, but it just goes along the boundary line and trickles out of bounds here. Just the other side of the Bendigo Bank scoreboard now, BWS, as Montrose looking to try and build something from this forward foray.
The umpire must be a Protestant, because he's not listening to the Pope, is he?
Park Orchards lead Baronia by a goal in the third term.
Comes back into play this time. Tamanello, the big fist straight into the ball and straight back over the boundary line. It bounces just short of the line, so he's not going to be penalised for a deliberate out of bounds. But this time the ball will be thrown back in about 5 metres around from the behind post now. Montrose just edging forward along the boundary line, but unable to break clear from the contest. They set themselves once again. Patterson and Tamanello go up at it. Tamanello this time gets first hands on it. Falls into the arms of Prendergast, but he can't break away from the contest. And once again, we'll have another stoppage. It's stoppage after stoppage now inside this attacking forward 50 for Montrose.
Too congested, isn't it? They can't get a clear kick at goal.
All the players basically in 1/4 of the ground, 1 quadrant of the ground. Ball goes up again. Tamanello gets the tap down. It falls into the arms of Danaher. He breaks a tackle, but unable to get the ball into the boot. It's smothered by Montrose, and once again the ball trickles over the boundary line. It's a real tight contest out here. We've got 40 players in 1 quadrant of the ground, so BWS, it's really hard to get clear possession away from this.
Great calling, Peter Baird. You've earned your next 4 fingers of sandwiches in front of you. The umpire to bring the ball back in now. 50 metres out. They've been deep in there for Montrose for a little bit of time. They'd like to get a score into towards the middle of the ground. Nicely chopped off there by McDonald. So another chance for Montrose to go forward. They've got players across the ground if they want to. Gardel instead, they elect to go up towards the half-forward line. Strong mark out in front there by Adam Patterson. They're 2 kicks from home still. He kicks straight into the man of the mark in Tamanello, but Patterson, he'll have another chance. Looping handball over the top. Eventually in the arms there of Lindgren. Little look away handball, who was under a lot of pressure. He was looking for Conyers, but he put him under a lot of pressure. And we will have a bounce.
Probably one hand pass too many on that occasion.
Yeah, maybe just trying to be a bit too cute.
Montrose probably really needed to switch to try and open up the other side of the ground there instead of kicking back into that congestion.
Throws it up again. Over the top there, Murphy trying to get rid of the football. Umpire is hearing all appeals and doesn't want a bar of it. And we'll have a bounce.
A bit like cricket umpire Steve Buckner there, hearing all the appeals and not wanting a bar of them.
Throws it up now. Big fist over the top. It's that defensive line. Quirk trying to barge his way through, but he's got to get through a Tamanello tackle, which is no easy feat. And we'll have a ball up 45 metres out from goal. Some stats that matter, thanks to Choose Tap with Grant Soupy Campbell.
Inside 56 apiece, contested possessions 24 to 23 in favour of Montrose, so not a lot in at this quarter on the stat sheet.
Soupy loving the spread out here at Montrose today. The ball comes out towards
We're all
the
loving the
Harkins
spread.
direction. He hits the deck and will have a ball up.
Quality of the food not being matched by the quality of the game in the last 5 minutes.
I think this third quarter in general has been a little bit ordinary, to be honest.
Throws it up now. Cooper. We've got 2 bites at it. Going after it, David Bell on the bottom of the pack and can't release the football. Sammy Hudson, who kicked a good goal earlier, was right there also for Blackburn and will have another bounce. So nice to get a bit of a breakaway here. Tumanello, big fist out wide. Instead it goes right over the boundary line and out of bounds.
I know this is an overused phrase, but the next goal is important. I mean, we're in a bit of a stagnant state of play. If Montrose can get one back, it's game on. But Blackburn, if they get the next one, it's suddenly a 26-point buffer.
Absolutely spot on there, Damo. Cooper went after it. He goes after it again. Nicely done there by Blackburn, just working the ball forward. Lingering came in for Montrose, almost held without the football. Is going to allow this to go on, where Bell will hand it back to the umpire.
It's almost like a rolling maul we've got here. Sort of all players just following the ball, almost like a junior football game, one end of the ground to the other.
It's crossed down to Matt Fodia.
Yeah, BWS, we spoke about at quarter-time huddle how Montrose wanted to get more numbers to the stoppages that they spoke about in the first quarter, so maybe that's their plan for this quarter, keep it tight and then come downhill.
Well, they've got another chance here as they got the knock from Billy Schilling, came away to Pope. He's had a good game, switched the ball inside forward 50 and a big fly. A good mark taken by Bell on the right boot. Can he squeeze it through? No, he can't. In fact, I think that was Vesio that time and through for one behind to the right-hand side. So chances going begging here. Time is ticking away. 17 minutes in the third term. It's 59 playing 40. 19-point margin out here at Montrose Recreation Reserve.
Just the 2 goals for the quarter, both for Blackburn, so Montrose really looking to try and finish the quarter with a bit of momentum. They need to get a goal on the board or 2 before three-quarter time, Damo.
Even if it's just 1 goal.
Eventually the kick comes back into play. Cruz brings the ball back in for Blackburn. Long kick out there beyond defensive 50, but no one able to take a mark in the contest, and the ball once again falls to the feet of the pack, and it's going to be another ball up here right on the point of the centre square out there on the far side of Montrose Recreation Reserve. This time it's Tumanello, big rise over the pack, the ball falls to the pack, back of the pack, but Blackburn relieve a bit of pressure, but it's a poor kick, unable to take the mark, those Gardle. The ball falls to the hands of McDonald, who's wrapped up in the tackle, coughs it up into the path here of Jake Hammond.
What a pickup.
Turns on a penny.
Too many.
That was awesome.
Got the presence of mind to turn around and try and hit up his target, but just gave it a little bit too much air. Eventually the kick, fantastic kick there it is by Anthony Fagan, I think it is out there.
Perfect play there.
Dribbles
by
the ball
Fagan.
along the ground as he was running towards the boundary line, straight through the middles of the goal. And that's the 3rd for Blackburn for the quarter. Blackburn 9-11-65. Montrose 6-4-40. Didn't Luke Conker like that one in the goal square, escorting that one through, boys?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Jake Hammond's been really good too, boys. Again, he was featured in that particular piece of play. I think he's been one of Blackburn's best, very influential.
And the Burners just punishing Montrose on the counter-attack again.
Just Montrose not clean with their percentage with their possession at the moment, just coughing it up at inopportune times, and it's opening the door for Blackburn. They will take the ball into the middle of the ground, though. This time it's Patterson that goes up, gets a tap down, falls into the arms of Billy Schilling, though, not able to get his foot to the ball, and the ball falls loose out there. It's grabbed there by Danaher, though, who gets the ball onto the boot for Blackburn, sends it to the forward 50, looking for Prendergast. Prendergast has got too much speed as he turns on the afterburners, though. Then an underground handball looking for Conson back in the middle of the ground, puts the ball into a dangerous position, kicked off the ground there by McIntyre. Hudson it is there. Just goes the wrong side of the goalpost and through for a behind. But a really dangerous passage of play there from Blackburn, and warning signs for Montrose now, BWS. They've really had the run of the play for the last few minutes.
So Bell to bring the ball back in. Short passes on. Sam Rickard takes the mark.
25 points, sorry.
They need 2 goals.
Yeah, I was going to say BWS at 25 points, it wouldn't want to get too much bigger the margin.
Schilling, Good kick, a little handball away, looking for Bell. It couldn't miss the target, and they might just make them pay here. Prendergast for Blackburn kicks it to the pocket, and out in front, Jakey Harkins takes the mark.
Just an indiscriminate hand pass again, missing the target, and that makes a difference.
Yeah, just that coughing it up at bad times there just opens the door for Blackburn. And Blackburn, unfortunately for Montrose, it just made them pay when they've done that. And this is an important kick here for Jake Harkins.
So going for his second on. Oh, that is a beautiful kick. The goal umpire did not move. Straight over his head it goes. Left-footed drop pump, which went helicopter, which worked out magnificently for him there. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard into time on in his third term. It is a 32-point lead to the Blackburn Football Club. Grant Soupy Campbell with some stats that matter thanks to Choose Tab.
Clearances again going Blackburn's way, 9-5 this quarter, so they're really dominant for the match. It's now up to 36 to 23.
Do you have a stat on turnovers there, Soupy?
I just asked him that, myself. Yeah.
No, I don't have a stat for turnovers, but fair to say Montrose have made more turnovers today than Blackburn.
Yeah, that's been the story of this quarter anyway.
Are those sausage rolls hot? Thanks for passing them down, guys.
They were about 30 minutes ago.
They're stone cold now.
As Andrew Haney gets the tap down for Montrose, and they sink the ball forward, but no one's at home there, and the ball just bounces through the open goal post there for a behind. Montrose just not able to capitalise on the scoreboard and make the most of their opportunity here. Blackburn going to look to bring the ball back into play here, flooding really down to the ground, but they're able to find a target there on the far side of the ground.
Last time I get you blokes a burger.
It's Murphy here who's taken the mark. Murphy into the centre of the ground. Really poor marking there by Montrose as Baffy's left unopposed in the centre of Montrose Recreation Reserve. He looks short, but it's a poor kick and it's going to be chopped off there by Waters. Waters brings the ball to the ground, but he's wrapped up by 3 Montrose players there. One of them there is Thorpe, I think it is, who's really held the ball into that contest and not let it bounce free. Umpire sends the ball back up into play. Haining goes up against Tumanello. Haining gets the tap down though, but not to advantage. Eventually the big man bends down once again, picks the ball up off the ground, just forces it out wide, but unable to break free from the stoppage. And once again, we're going to have another ball up out here. It's been the story of the day, just not able to break free from stoppages. And repeated ball ups, one after the other. This time Tumanello gets first hands on the ball, but it's Montrose who are trying to break from the contest. Conyers, who's gone out of the game a little bit, eventually tries to get a loose kick, looking for Garthwaite. Garthwaite flies, able to take the mark, falls to the front of the pack. Eventually it's Fagan that gets the clear ball from Blackburn, breaks away, runs out to the far side of the ground. Thorpe runs into the forward 50, looks deep, looking for Jake Hammond. Hammond goes back and takes a fantastic mark there. Contested pack mark from Jake Hammond. He's going to go back and have a shot here from about 20 metres out directly in front of the goal. And this one really hurts Montrose as Blackburn have gone from one end of the ground, turning defence into attack.
Yeah, he's putting his hand up for best on ground, isn't he, Jake Hammond, having a storming game, particularly in this quarter.
It actually started with Nathan Hammond across the half-back line with a lightning pass, look-away handball, which has created the space, switched the play, and now it's in the arms of Hammond.
Jake Hammond there makes the goal umpire do a bit of work, but I think he's going to be okay. And 2-finger salute from the goal umpire there sends Blackburn on their way out to a bit of a further lead now, 11-12-78. That's 5 goals for the quarter to Blackburn, to Montrose 6-5-41.
The goal umpire's having a burger, I think, there. He seemed to take an age to get across to the middle of the goals.
Second goal on the board there to Jakey Hammond. Multiple goal kickers for Blackburn. Fagan, Hammond and Harkins have 2 apiece.
Well, you mentioned that lightning hand pass there, BWS. They utilised the space on the broadcast side of the ground, and that's what they've been more effective in doing than Montrose.
Yeah, Montrose just not being prepared to switch, so Tumanello gets a beautiful tap down to advantage now, and it breaks from the contest.
You're a hog, Pete.
You weren't going to say anything, so I thought I'd better take it away. It's Jake Hammond once again who gets the ball onto the boot, but it goes through for a behind BWS. Take it away from this kick in from Lloyd.
I know you're excited, mate. We share on the media team. I know, not with you and the sandwiches, but I mean with the call.
With those sausage rolls, obviously.
I think Pete's just trying to reach the fair daily word quota.
goes in the middle from Bell. Spotted up Gardle, got the handball away up towards the half-forward line now. There's no one home. It's an open centre half-forward. Mark, little handball away there from Murphy. Spotted up his teammate in Faulkner on the right boot. Switches it out wide. Had to be a good stretch. And it was a sensational one there by Jason Reed. Pulled it in with the one arm. Right in front of the Montrose bench and the faithful. Kicks it up towards Tumanello, who has got good jukes. He had the height advantage there, so Tuma pulls that one down. Dr. Tum, he'll switch the ball into the middle of the ground as a shank of a kick. Eventually now in the arms there of Sam Rickup, and Montrose squeezed to kick up to centre half forward. That was good play. Here's Fraser Pope. He's still 2 kicks away from home. That's 65 metres out, going wide and coughing it up once again.
That's a shocking kick.
Was looking for Little, who was not the forward target you should be going to. You had Billy Schilling coming out of the goal square. Instead, it's Blackburn turning it over once again, and they are really dominating this third term here. Using the short way home, the middle of the ground. Here's Kenworthy, got the handball away. That was okay, went for the 1-2, was quick enough to get the handball away. Blackburn getting themselves in a bit of trouble. Chris Clay got the handball away. Vesio trapped it for Montrose, but he was brought to ground. Eventually, they'll get the clearing kick up towards centre half forward. Little looked like he was worked out of the contest there at the back of the pack. Tumanello, though, for the Burners, was wrapped up nicely by Little. That was a good tackle. Handball goes out wide. Boundary line might beat all players here. Pope went after it. Nicely done there by Faulkner. He kept the ball alive, and he'll go after it again. That's good play. On the left boot up towards the wing position now. Nicely trapped there by Prendergast on the left boot. He swings around. Here's McIntyre. He's 55 metres out. He might go all the way. McIntyre. Can he put it through? He can't. He pushed it to the left-hand side. Well, I really had faith that that one might have gone through. That would have shut the gate completely out here at Montrose, but a minor score is the result.
But look at all the loose Blackburn players, and it's suddenly become a game of, to use your expression, BWS ticky-touch. But I mean, they're roaming around all over the place and just chipping it around like it's a training drill.
David Bell brings the ball back into play for Montrose, finds his man out there in Gardle. Gardle marked about 30 metres out from the ground, hard
right in
against
front of the
boundary
P&G
line.
players out there as well.
Big kick down the line.
Enjoying a can.
Finds Garthwaite. Garthwaite now marks centre wing on the far side of the ground. Turns around, gets the ball onto the boot quickly. This time looking for Cooper. Cooper unable to mark, but the ball falls to the front of the pack. And it's Blackburn who run away from that contest. Siren goes though, as we now hit 3/4 time. A great quarter there from Blackburn. They've kicked 5 goals in that quarter to Montrose's none to blow this game